All right, we are going to start the candy tier list. Milky Way is right here, and this is the definitive candy tier list. There is no bias put into this at all. We all know this. All my tier lists are solidified best things ever. We can go ahead and start off with the original that is a candy bar that everybody really thinks about when you think about candy bars. We'll start off with the Snickers original. Okay, so the Snickers original is a kind of classic candy bar. It has the chocolate, the peanuts, the nougat, the caramel. Everybody knows it. I believe everybody kind of likes it. In my opinion, the Snickers is an OG in the game. It was never my go-to. It was never something that I reached for because I preferred other candy bars over it. But that being said, Snickers is a good candy. It's a working man's candy, dude. If you ask somebody if they want chocolate and you give them a Snickers, no one's ever disappointed, right? It's solid, has good chocolate to it. It's complementary by that peanuts, the little chopped up peanuts in there. That's pretty good. The caramel's not too strong. The nougat's not overpowering, but it gives it a fluff. I think Snickers is a solid, like, bottom of A, top of A tier. It's not S because I feel like there's other candies that do what Snickers does just better. It's definitely the most respected player in this game. It's your team's veteran. Everybody goes to it for advice. It's the one that started this whole thing. Probably not started. It's not the original, but it is the original in our heart. This is the standard of what we think about chocolate bars. Is Snickers original, and it even has good ads, has good commercials. There's not much more you can say about the Snickers. It's just it's the veteran of the league. It did its time. It was like a 8-time All-Star. It made it to the finals. It was never the finals MVP. It's like the Pippen to the Jordan. It's like the Klay Thompson to the Steph Curry. You know, it's solid. We enjoy Snickers. Snickers deserves it. But Snickers almond, the somehow you put almonds instead of peanuts in there, and I think almonds elevates the game a little bit more. I think Snickers almond is a little better than Snickers, and I think the almond does more work for this candy bar than the peanuts does for the Snickers, which is kind of crazy because you think about almonds and peanuts is more synonymous with candy than almonds are. But the almonds really gives it that boost. It gives it, I like, it's hard to say this, but it gives it more of a vanilla like ish taste addition to it with the crunch that the peanuts provide. So it gives you like another flavor profile while it's still doing everything Snickers did. This is veteran Snicker, but this is Snicker in its prime. This is prime Snickers. This is above. It's not an S. It's not an S, but if I want a Snickers, I want the almond version of the Snickers more. The almond gives it that extra flavoring. It gives it a little extra boost. It's still a Snickers, so it's like really good, but not amazing. Like, I'm not wowed by a Snickers. Somebody bought me a Snickers almond, I'll be like, oh, thanks, bro. Like, I appreciate that. But it's not the game changer that puts it into S tier. It is a very, very solid candy bar, and I have the utmost respect for it. I thank Snickers for everything it's done for the league, and it deserves a round of applause. Hall of Fame career. Amazing job, Snickers. On to the next. We're going to go with the Hershey Kiss. The original Hershey Kiss. The regular Hershey Kiss. Now, the Hershey Kiss is weird. It's a small chunk of chocolate, and in my opinion, is like the most bland thing you can get. If you get Hershey's Kisses, I don't know anybody that goes for the original Hershey Kiss. There's nothing to it. It's just a chunk of chocolate that no one really even cares about. Like, if I want pure chocolate, why the fuck am I going to buy just a Hershey's Kiss bag when I can get any other option in the league. Like, you want a shooter in the league, but you have a chance to get Steph Curry, Kyle Korver, JJ Redick, all in their primes, but you decide to go out there and get fucking Desmond Bane for like 5 picks in the first round. No, thank you. It's bland. It's going into C tier because we all know D tier is if it's free, I will not eat it. If somebody gives me a singular Hershey Kiss for free, I'll pop it in my mouth and go about my day. And I'll probably forget about it in an hour. I'll forget I even had a Hershey's Kiss because who the fuck cares about Hershey's Kiss? It is literally like it's just a placeholder for your roster. Like, if you're going trick-or-treating on Halloween and they put Hershey's Kiss in there with like other candy bars, you're going to be like, oh, I ate all my candy, but there's still a Hershey's there, so I guess I'll eat it. Like, it's an afterthought. No one cares about them. It doesn't do anything. Nothing to revolutionize anything in this game. It is the most mid of mid fucking chocolates I could ever think of. But it does have a very cool cousin. The Hershey's Kiss Valentine's Edition, which is the caramel, or not the caramel, sorry. The cherry cream filling Hershey's Kisses. So, when I was growing up, my dad would always buy a big bag of these every single Valentine's Day time and keep it in the garage. And I would go in there and eat a fucking handful of these bitches, dude. These things had straight gas on my life. This is the best version of a Kiss that there is. Dude, the cherry cream filling in these things are unlike any other cherry cream filling or cherry filling of any candy. This is the perfected version of cherry cream with a nice Hershey's outer coat. These are fantastic, and it's a crime that you can only buy these during Valentine's Day, but they're so good they deserve to be on this tier list. This thing is the best cherry candy, and it goes straight into the top of A tier. The reason it is not S is because you can only get them once per year, and in the end of the day, it is a Hershey's Kiss, so you get just a little fucking nipple dud of chocolate. It's a little bit, but that one little nipple of chocolate is amazing. If it was year-round, we might talk about it in the S tier, but it has a short-lived prime. It has a short-lived career. It's like having a 90 overall on your team, but he only plays 5 games. Like, he can get you to the playoffs, but he ain't going to show up for it. That's the way I'm viewing this candy. Outstanding candy. I have no negatives to say about it, except for it's just a small Hershey's Kiss. And I only get it once a year. So, it is top of A. It is literally the Joel Embiid of candies, dude. When you need him most, he's going to disappear. He's going to get hurt. But when he's there and he's playing his best, you remember how amazing he is of an athlete. And he means a lot to the game during that time. On to Airheads. The original Airheads, the hard ones that you get into the pack. They kind of come into like when we were kids, they were in your Lunchables. You would get them during Halloween a lot, during trick-or-treating. You would get the big ones from the gas stations for like 79 fucking cent growing up. Whatever. This is all the flavors. So whatever your favorite flavor is of Airheads, it is counted into this tier list. Clearly, I'm a big cherry guy. I always like the cherry ones, and I like the watermelon ones. But the thing with Airheads are they're a short-lived candy. Like, you eat them pretty fast. The flavor goes away after you're done chewing on it for like a solid 45 seconds of chewing on your Airhead. It's a short-lived like taste sensor in there, but the flavor is amazing. I feel like Airheads revolutionized the game later on. It has better products, but this thing is pretty solid. It's a unique thing that it does to where it's like that hard, you chew on it and it eventually gets a little soft. The flavors are very good. I view Airheads as a B tier category. It's not C because sometimes I'll be like, you know what, dude, I'm feeling a fucking Airhead today. I'm gonna grab me an Airhead, and the Airhead was like potentially the best part of your Lunchable. When you got to the end, you're like, oh shit, there's my fucking Airhead prize at the end, bro. It's like the gold at the end of the rainbow. That Airhead kind of spiced up your lunch, dude. Give you a little sugar kick, give you some energy. The flavor was good. But the reason it's in B, not A, not S, is because it's very one-dimensional. It doesn't exceed like past to greatness. Like, you don't think of Airheads as amazing. You don't think of Airheads as great. But it gives you what you want in the time, and that's why it's a B tier and not a C tier, because it actually is good. There's no afterthought. You know what Airheads is going to give you. Airheads is going to be there for you, gives you what you want out of it, and it's pretty satisfied with its job as a role player, and you can always rely on it to give you what you need from it. So B tier Airheads is where you'll be, and we respect you for it. Thank you so much for being in our Lunchables as children. Another Lunchable item growing up that I don't think anyone bought outside of it being in a Lunchable, but we all actually have respect for its game, is the Crunch Bar. Those little mini Crunch Bars in your Lunchable, dude. Those things were fucking gas, son. Those things had some heat to them, bro. We loved the Crunch Bar. And that little Rice Crisp it has in it, dude, gives you that little extra flavor profile. This is potentially like the second to third best version of a flat chocolate bar, like the flat ones. I'm putting it in the same category as Airheads. Just it's above it because I think the Rice Krispies does more for it and gives you more of a profile than the Airheads. But it's not a Snickers caliber player. Like, to me, the Crunch Bar is a complementary piece to something else. Like, Crunch Bars in Lunchables, fantastic because you had the Lunchables and then the Crunch Bar at the end. But if you go into a store and you're looking at all the chocolate that you want, I don't think Crunch Bars is the one that's going to pop out to you. Now, I know a lot of people like Crunch Bars. I may catch some heat for the Crunch Bars in the B tier, but it's top of B knocking on A. I respect the game. I'll eat a Crunch Bar. I think it's a pretty good bar for all standings. But when it comes to the Rice Krispie kind of wafers inside of it, I feel like there's better things that you can get into a chocolate bar other than that. And I don't think it excels at its craft. I think it's very good, not great, and it's nowhere near terrible. It's respectable. I would be more than happy to eat one if given to me. But it's going in B tier. We're going to leave it there. It's still a good, solid player in the game. Thank you, Crunch Bar and Airheads, for being a big part of the childhood in the Lunchable community when we were kids at like second grade at the lunch table, dude. And plus, you can trade a Crunch Bar for like a high value pick for like Gushers or something. Like if somebody wanted Gushers for your Crunch Bar, you'll make that trade, dude. Gushers are fucking great. So on to the next one. We'll go with Lemon Heads. So I didn't want to put too many hard candies in here. Like I didn't put Gobstoppers or anything because who gives a fuck. But Lemon Heads are a unique thing. I like uniqueness when it comes to the candy field. Lemon Heads give you that sour, lemony taste with a hard candy. And eventually it will get soft. And I think Lemon Heads are very good. But they're stuck into this one roll. Like you're lemon flavored, which is fine. If you love lemon, you love lemon. But it's not going to do anything to wow you. There's no crunch factor. There's no any outside factor that we can add to it. But it is a solid role player. It's a solid candy overall. Sorry, hold on 1 second. I had forgot something since talking about candies that I will add. Let me upload this real quick. Okay. But yeah, I think this is B tier. Yeah, I'll put it in B tier. I'll get to what AAJ is later on in the tier list to tell y'all what it is. But lemon heads, it does what it's intended to do, which is give you a lemony candy. But in the end of the day, it's a lemony candy. Like you're not C tier to where you like it goes in B over C because there's no other lemon candy that does it like this. This is like the hard, soft lemon heads. It has its own flavor. I'll eat a whole fucking box of them, honestly. Dude, I love lemon heads. But it doesn't wow you. It doesn't do anything. You have to be in a lemony mood to get it. If someone gives you a lemon heads and you're like, oh, like, don't really feel like eating lemon heads right now. Whereas the other ones are like, oh, I'll eat these any fucking time. But they're not bad like Hershey's Kisses to where they're just bland and forgettable. So Lemonheads is bottom of B, knocking on C. I'll leave them there. We'll go to the gummy bears. Now, I put Harborough on here, but this encompasses all gummy bears. So we'll get Albanese, Harborough, Trolley, all those. Because I didn't feel like going through all of them individually. Gummy bears are the original gummy candy that I think we all know and love, right? They have a wide variety of flavor. They have great texture, and they're in the small things. Those bags go hard. When you get a bag of gummy bears, you can get through a fucking day with them, or you can just chew them all down in like 30 seconds. Dude, gummy bears, in my opinion, are going to be the first S tier candy. Gummy bears have zero flaws, dude. Gummy bears have all the flavors you want. Gummy bears have the great gummy consistency. They're an OG in the fucking game. Like, you want cherry, you want lemon, you want lime, you want fucking fruit punch, you want tropical flavor, dude. Gummy bears got you. And gummy bears will always deliver. They're good from the bite to where they're soft, and you can taste the flavor in your first bite. The flavor never dissipates. It stays in there. You can organize them any way. You can grab a lemon one and a fucking orange one and make some fucking citrus together in your mouth, and it tastes fantastic. Gummy bears are absolutely amazing. They're one of the goated gummies, and historically, they are the innovators of this game. These guys are basically like the Larry Bird or Magic Johnson, however you want to view this. They came into the game after the fucking originals back in the day, candies of like licorice or whatever, and they innovated it, brought it to the new level, and was absolutely amazing. Thank you, Gummy Bear. First S for Gummy Bear. All right. On to peach rings. So, again, when it comes to these gummies, we're kind of encompassing all of peach ring brands. So, Trolley, Harborough, Albanese, the store brand, fucking Dollar General brand, who cares? All of peach rings are encompassed into this. Peach rings are absolutely phenomenal. Peach rings used to be my favorite gummy candy when I was growing up. I love peach flavored things. I love peach anything. I love gummies. And specifically, I chose Trolley because I think they're the best peach rings as my thumbnail for this. Peach rings have that perfect, like, sugar top to them to peach flavor with a slight sour hint to it from the souring to it, but still sweet peach flavor. And I feel like these are very divisive candies. Like, you either like peach flavored things or you don't. There's not really people that are like indifferent to them. And in my opinion, peach rings deserve to be in the top of A. I don't think they're S tier because they don't cover enough ground for flavor profile to be an S, but they excel at what they do so hard that they're top of A. I absolutely love peach rings. Peach rings are fantastic. They're another unique thing to the game, and peach rings have always been there for me as a kid. I used to get the gas station version of peach rings because we didn't want to splurge and get the fucking high dollar trolley ones. That was like an 80-cent difference, and we ain't fucking doing that. But peach rings are fantastic. You know what you're getting, and we all agree peach rings are also a part of Southern history, to where a lot of Southern kids got peach rings from their parents growing up, or they wanted peach rings because we love peach flavored shit. So that's where it'll be, top of A. It's not transcendent enough for S, but it's top of A. It's knocking on the door, brother. On to the original M&M's. M&M's, the original M&M's, are missing something. Okay? M&M's are missing something. And that is literally anything else they can put in there to make this dog shit candy worth anything. Original M&M's are fucking not good. They're missing flavor. They're missing this non-metallic fucking acidy, whatever it is, the synthetic chocolate shit they have going on the outside of that shell. It's not good. They all taste the same. I don't know why the fuck there's different colors other than just being different colors. This thing is a D tier. And I'll tell you this, it's D tier because if it's free, I still will not eat M&M's. I've had somebody offer me M&M's for free recently, within the past 6 months, and I turned that shit down because they're M&M's. Dude, who gives a fuck about base M&M's? You know how much other shit you can get? There's M&M's with blank in it. They put anything in M&M's, dude. They'll put fucking your grandmama's ashes in M&M's and sell it to you, and it'll taste better than this shit. Anything with M&M's is better than fucking M&M's. This is the bottom option of chocolate. This is the bottom of what you could have. And the thing with M&M's is it has the highest potential you can get. This shit it came into the game back in the day as a game changer because no one had taste buds back then. There was no such thing as good candy. And then they revolutionized it with other stuff added to it. And they're like, oh, yeah, these things fucking blow cock, bro. But I'll tell you what. To be fair to M&M, we'll go to M&M Peanuts. M&M Peanuts. You put a peanut in M&M, all of a sudden, M&M Peanuts are fucking S tier, dude. You want to talk about the best peanut chocolate in the game? M&M said, holy shit, dude, we suck. We are awful with these M&Ms. What can we do? Let's add a giant peanut in these motherfuckers and coat them bitches in our chocolate and our fucking shell, so where it has a crunch with the shell, a crunch with the peanuts, with a hint of chocolate. Dude, peanut M&Ms are fucking insane. These things are the trick-or-treat dream as a kid. If I can get me the fucking small bag of peanut M&Ms growing up as a kid and trick-or-treating, that was gold. That was amazing. That was game-changing by M&M. I'm glad their PR team went and put peanuts inside their shit, and they realized that they had nothing going for them other than they had a cool concept of a hard outer shell with some chocolate inside. We'll give it up for the fucking peanut M&Ms. These things are amazing. We love it. All right, we'll go on to the Sweet Tart Originals. So, my mom always had Sweet Tarts growing up. So I ate a lot of Sweet Tarts in my life. And the thing with Sweet Tarts are, they're very hit and miss. Sometimes they slap and sometimes they just don't. And I don't think if I want like a sweet tart ish candy to where it's like a what would it be called? Like a hard shell with like some weird filling in the middle, and it kind of towards the end of it has this weird fucking thing happening in your mouth where it's deteriorating in a way after having a hard shell. I don't know, dude. It's like an awkward place for sweet tarts. I want to put sweet tarts in C, top of C, knocking on B, because I don't care for them, dude. They don't do anything for me. I don't care for sweet tarts. Like, I'll eat them if they're given to me, but ever since I was a kid and I stopped seeing them around the house because my mom got them, I don't eat sweet tarts anymore. Like, what do I want them for? They have this weird-ass fucking aftertaste. They have a hard start to them. I gotta work for it to where in the middle it's good, but after the middle, that lasts for like 3 seconds, I don't care about them anymore. They're like a boring candy that has a lot of like good advertisement on the box. I think sweet tarts are pretty like overrated, but then again, I don't hear anybody talking about them, so I guess they can't be overrated when they're just a non-factor in the candy game. They go quiet, and for a reason. It's because they don't do anything. They don't do anything special. They don't do anything for you. Nothing for the game revolutionized by sweet tarts. Now, there are sweet tart flavored things or sweet tart accessories to things that are good, but sweet tart standing alone doesn't do it for me. It don't do much. But sweet tart ropes, they did something here. They took what Twizzlers has with the rope and like the kind of like gummy rubbery outer taste, but they took like a sick fucking sweet filling inside of like the sugary goo with the rope outside. Sweet tart ropes, dude. These things fucking slap. Sweet tart ropes, dude. Bottom of A tier. And it's because they do the best that any other rope does. This is the best rope candy. But it's not amazingly S tier. But these fucking sweet tart ropes are absolutely insane and pivotal to the game. My wife loves these things. They'll be around the house. I'll eat the fuck out of these and I'll get yelled at afterwards for eating all of her candy. But dude, it's hard to pass up these ropes when you see them on the fucking counter. Dude, if y'all haven't had sweet tart ropes, I need you to go out there. I need you to get them. And I need you to please grab some. So we will move on to the next one, which is the Airheads Extremes. So Airheads Originals are missing something. And I think what it was they cut them into smaller bits. They add some sour hints to them on the Airheads. And then they put them into a bag and put them extreme flavors. This is top of A. This is top of A. I think Airheads Extremes are one of the best sour candies, dude. If you want sour candies and you go and get Airheads Extremes, they will make it absolutely worth your time. They have some different flavors to them. So this tier list encompasses all of it when I say the Airhead Extremes. I think these things are fantastic. Never disappointed. Always a great flavor profile. When you bite into them, they're not overbearing to where it's like a long fucking thing. And if you eat it, you're like, oh, this is great. And then the more you eat it, the better it fucking gets. It's one of those few candies that starts off great and also has a great aftertaste as well. You know what? The more I talk about it, I think I'm going to put Airheads Extremes in the S tier. Because I think this might be the best sour candy in the game. I think this is very close to the greatest sour candy you can get to. Especially with all the different flavors they offer. The texture and the consistency of these candies are almost better than anything else. And I will say, you know what, the more I talk about it, I'm going to put it in A tier. Because, yeah, I'm going to put this as the gatekeeper to S. This is the gatekeeper to S. This is the one that's knocking on the door. And so the way I'm going to do S tier is how revolutionary it is, with how amazing it is with zero flaws. You know what? It is S tier. I've talked myself into it. This has no flaws. This is absolutely perfect. This is the perfect, and it's above peanut M&Ms. Because I will get to a bar later that I think does peanut M&Ms, but better. But Airheads Extremes, no flaws, perfect start to finish. It deserves its S tier. Everybody give it claps. It is absolutely amazing. But the reason I moved peanut M&Ms down a little bit is because we get to Mr. Goodbar. And Mr. Goodbar is the absolute best chocolate peanut butter candy in the entire market. There is nothing that complements the sick peanut butter or the peanut to chocolate combination. This is an absolute gold standard. Mr. Goodbar is the best flat chocolate bar you'll ever get. This is the best version of peanut butter or peanut and chocolate mix. I think Mr. Goodbar is so underrated and not talked about enough compared to other things that it rivals. People talk about Hershey's Almonds, Hershey's Cookies and Cream, Hershey's Original. They talk about fucking peanut M&Ms, rightfully so. Peanut M&Ms are absolutely phenomenal. But no one gives Mr. Goodbar his fucking due, dude. Mr. Goodbar is absolutely insane. Mr. Goodbar is perfected the craft that he needs to be. So this is the best version of a flat candy bar you can possibly get. Alright. We're getting recommended. We do Kit Kat next. So if you would have asked me like 8 years ago what I thought about Kit Kat, I would have put it in D tier. I didn't like Kit Kats growing up. I didn't like Kit Kats whenever I was younger. But Kit Kats recently have grown on me. I like Kit Kats a little bit more now because I gave it a little bit more respect. Because I tried different Kit Kats. They come out with all these different ones, and none of them are as good as the original. But in the end of the day, to me, Kit Kats are a worse version of Nutty Buddies. Like, if I want chocolate with wafers in it, I'm getting a Nutty Buddy for about the same price, and I get more out of it. I think Kit Kats are at the bottom of B tier. Bottom of B. To where I am more than happy if somebody gives me a Kit Kat. I'm pretty happy with it. A tier means I will buy it out of my way. I am not going out of my way to buy a Kit Kat. I would rather buy a Nutty Buddy if I want chocolate and wafers. Plus, I get peanut butter and Nutty Buddy. Who the fuck would not pick that over a Kit Kat? And Kit Kat has a weird chocolatey flavor to it that I can't describe. The thing is, there's nothing wrong with the bar, but it doesn't do anything good or great. I think Kit Kat at B is a respectable place on this list. The definitive list of all candy. Non-negotiable. This is exactly where it needs to be. I think this is absolutely fine and respectable. Kit Kat, you did your job. You do what you need to do. Your commercials are pretty good, but you're just not up to cut with these other candy bars. Sorry about that. All right, on to Paydays. Where did I put Paydays? There they are. On to Paydays. Paydays are very unique as well. And Paydays, growing up, my grandpa loved Paydays and another candy bar, which I'll get to. But Paydays also are a unique factor into this game. Caramel nougat with peanuts, dude. That shit goes kind of hard. I like the softness of the inside of the Payday, but it's not too soft to where it kind of like falls apart. It holds it pretty good. I enjoy Paydays. I think the caramel nougat, which was new to the game, puts it higher than if it was a chocolate covered Payday. Because if we get chocolate, then we just get a Snickers with extra steps. Paydays, in my opinion, are top of B tier. I think Paydays are great, and I feel like if you like Paydays a lot, it's because you like that caramel nougat. Me personally, it doesn't wow me enough to put it in A tier, but it doesn't. It's top of B, so it's still beating out these other contenders. I think Payday is a worse version of Snickers, even though it doesn't have the chocolate game to it. I think Payday is still super, super respectable. I love Paydays for what they're worth, but I don't love Paydays in the overall arch of candy game. It is a solid contributor. It's a 2-time All-Star in the league, and that's it. It didn't make it to more than that, and it didn't get an MVP. It didn't make a long playoff push, but you respect it for what it did. You're like, all right, you did pretty good for your time. So Payday is top of B. That's where we'll leave it. We'll go on to Swedish Fish. Where did I put that motherfucker? Swedish Fish. I know I have it on here somewhere. Oh, there you are. All right, on to the Swedish Fish. Swedish Fish. Now, if you've kept up with me, and you know what I like. You know I like cherry-flavored things. You know I like gummy-flavored things. You know I like a little bit of hard with a gooey center. Swedish Fish is cherry flavoring with extra stuff. It starts off with that like kind of tough rubbery outer start, but when you bite into it, it's a nice gooey middle. Swedish Fish, and I get tired of the fucking slander Swedish Fish gets because it doesn't deserve slander. Swedish Fish deserves absolute nothing but love, dude. Swedish Fish is a fucking S tier category, and I will not take any slander for Swedish Fish. Swedish Fish flavored things are fucking great, dude. They make Swedish Fish G Fuel, and that shit slaps, dude. Swedish Fish Ghost, that shit slaps, and the can has fucking ridges on it. The candy itself, insane. I will go out of my way to buy a bag of Swedish Fish. I love Swedish Fish. There is no such thing as Swedish Fish slander in my world, dude. Dude, it doesn't do anything wrong. It starts off good. It has multi-textural facets to when you eat it. It has a rubber kind of hard start to the candy. A gooey center. The flavor is good from start to finish. Swedish Fish deserves to be at the top of S, and I will not stand for anything less than that. Swedish Fish is amazing, and there's nothing else to say. If you've had Swedish Fish, you understand how great it is. It will stay there. It will live there. We will love it and respect it for what it's done for the league. On to Hershey's Original. Hershey's Original is the only candy in this list that I can think of that I prefer this candy with something else. Hershey's candy is the thing that is a complementary player and not a main player. I love Hershey's Chocolate Original bars for s'mores. Dude, you put that on a s'mores and it's a fucking goat. It is a goat on a s'mores. Okay? But you put it by itself, then it's whatever. It's like, alright, why am I buying this over something else? And I didn't say this about M&M's because I said M&M's are missing something in it. M&M's standalone doesn't do good with anything else. Hershey's is also missing something in it, but it's better on a s'mores. This is top of C, where I respect it in terms of what it can be with something else. But at the end of the day, it's just a Hershey's chocolate bar with nothing added. Like, think about this. This with peanuts equals Mr. Goodbar and S. You see, you add peanuts to it, it's instantly a fucking game changer. The chocolate's pretty solid, but I'm never, ever, ever buying fucking Hershey's plain when I can get Hershey's Good Bar. Does that make sense? It doesn't do anything. It's the same thing with Hershey's Kisses. It don't do anything. You're just missing. You're just missing things. If you like just plain chocolate, then sure, go for it. But I like to have something in my chocolate to make it actually better. If you can step the game up with something else added, why not do it? Why not add peanuts? Why not add, next point, Hershey's Almonds? Dude, you put a fucking almond in a Hershey's bar and it's instantly better. Hershey's Almonds. Hershey's Almonds is, I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to put it here for right now. I'm going to talk about it because it could be A, could be B. Hershey's Almonds. The problem I have with Hershey's Almonds, I'm going to go through the cons first before I give it its praise. Hershey's Almonds, the thing I don't like about it is you get 4 almonds in a long bar. So when you get to the almond bite of that bar, it's very, very good. But there's also bites where you don't have any almonds in it. It's just a fucking Hershey's bar. So I think that's what puts it lower. Whereas Mr. Goodbar has peanuts sprinkled all throughout it. So you will always have the peanuts with chocolate complimentary. And it's fantastic the whole time. To where this is like every now and then I'll just get just a Hershey's bar. And I don't care. The praise to it is that bite with the almond is absolutely fantastic. I think Hershey's with the almond is really good. But this is one of those few times where the peanut outshines the almond when you add this to it. So I think it's below Payday. Now that I think about it. And it's going to stay in B. Respectable bar. But that is it. It doesn't do anything that wows me. I'm not buying this over a Mr. Goodbar ever in my life. But it's still solid and respectable. So we'll leave it up to that. That's okay. We'll go to one bar that's under the radar. It doesn't get the love it wants. We'll go to the Zero Bar. The Zero Bar has that white chocolate outer coat that has the best nougat filling from any candy bar. The problem is with the Zero Bar is that it's white chocolate. It's white chocolate, and I don't think white chocolate does what it's trying to do good. The white chocolate for the Zero Bar is just to make it seem cool. Like, oh, it's absolute zero, like an ice bar, so it's white. The white chocolate doesn't help it, dude. If this was a dark chocolate with that filling, it would instantly shoot up. I think Zero Bars are top of C. I think it's actually below the Hershey's bar. If I want white chocolate, which is almost never, I'll actually get a Zero Bar. I think Zero Bars are pretty slept on in terms of, like, if you like white chocolate, this bar is absolutely fantastic. But I don't care for white chocolate. But that filling inside of it keeps it out of D tier, dude. That nougat filling is actually very, very, very good. I like the wrapper on the outer coat of it. I like the packaging of Zero Bars. I think it's really cool, very unique. I think what it does is unique. I think the white chocolate nougat with the peanut crunches inside is a very unique thing to do. And sometimes unique doesn't always work for you. So C tier is where it is, to where I'm never buying a Zero Bar. I'm not going to buy one. But if it was given to me free, I would eat it. It's all right. So there's nothing really to say about it. It's just a white chocolate versus non-white chocolate game. And white chocolate in this league doesn't really get you many places. We'll go to the York Patty. The York Peppermint Patty is another one of those decisive things. It's a very decisive thing. Do you like dark chocolate? Because not a lot of people do. Do you like mint? Not a lot of people do. Do you like chocolate and mint put together? Not a lot of people do. York Patty, though, mastered it. York Patty is the bottom of S, but York Patty is absolutely fantastic, dude. I will buy York patties to this day. To this day, I'll buy York patties. If I'm in line at a store and it's taking long and I see a York patty, I'll fucking snag that bitch. What's it going to cost me? An extra $1? Yeah, okay. I'll buy an extra $1 for me to get an amazing combination of dark chocolate and peppermint inside. Dude, this candy is absolutely cracked. It is cracked. For it being this fucking big and it being a game changer that it is and how much flavor is inside of this, honestly, if it was bigger, your head would probably explode by how great it is and how strong it is. This is a very decisive candy because it's a very powerful peppermint flavor with chocolate ratio. I think that if you don't like peppermint, then you'll hate this. But if you like peppermint, this is a goated fucking chocolate for you. This shit is fantastic. I love peppermint. I love chocolate. This thing hits all the fucking spots to give me that nice euphoric feeling after my bite of York. It is great. If you've seen the commercials for it back in the day, it is how you feel when you eat it. Hands up, York patty. Hands up, York patty. Absolutely great. On to another Southern classic, Cowtails. The caramel covered, cream filled candy. A lot of people from the South, because I don't see it up here often now that I moved up to a more northern area. I don't see people talk about Cowtails, dude. I don't really even see Cowtails that often. Cowtails, and you would get them at like Cracker Barrel, you would get them at gas stations, like you would see the package of them. They'd have like the off-brand Cowtails. Cowtails are the best chewy caramel candy in the game. They're the best chewy caramel candy you can find. I think as a soft candy, this is what I lean towards if I want a soft candy flavor. This goes to top of A. And the reason it's not S, before anybody gets mad, or is already mad that I even put it high as A, the reason I don't put it higher is because I think it's very one-dimensional, and it doesn't do anything that exceeds expectations. That being said, top of A is super high, because if I want a chewy candy, guess what? I'm buying a Cowtail. If I want a soft caramel flavor, I'll buy a Cowtail. But the odds of me wanting that is pretty low. But it's always there. This is one of the hidden gems that not a lot of people like or buy that is still absolutely amazing. I do like Cowtails. I don't think I could sit there and eat a whole bag in one sitting. And I think that's what's keeping it at S tier. Like all these other things, I'll eat in one sitting in probably under 10 minutes. A bag of Swedish fish, gone. I'll fucking have that shit demolished. Gummy bears, gone. York patty, gone in one bite, honestly. But Cowtails, super respectable. If you've never had them, you definitely need to try them in your life. Very respectable candy. All right, we're going to go to a big hitter. We're going to go to a big hitter here. We're going to go to the Reese's Cup Originals. Reese's Cup Originals. This is a lot of people's goat. This is a very loved member of the community. I think Reese's took over the world. How many times do you go to a store and every aisle of food, there's a Reese's flavored anything added to the pertains to that aisle? Reese's flavored ice cream. Reese's flavored fucking cereal. Reese's flavored fucking bananas. Reese's flavored fucking condoms, dude. You find Reese's flavored anything. Reese's is a big playmaker in this fucking game. And if you know me, you know that Reese's has chocolate and peanut butter. I am a peanut butter slut. I am a chocolate lover. put them together, I'm on my hands and knees begging for it. Okay? And Reese's, in my opinion, has done it the best. It is the top of S right now. I think Reese's hype is very much deserved. I think no one in the game has done it better than Reese's. Reese's, fantastic. Its chocolate to peanut butter ratio is somehow, to this fucking day, after all these years, unmatched. No one has come close to replicating it, and no one can even possibly even thinking about taking the crown that Reese's has on the chocolate peanut butter game. And they took over everything else. That being said, we'll go to Reese's Pieces, which are basically better M&Ms. These things are just way better M&Ms. And the cool thing about Reese's Pieces is that for some reason, the chocolate peanut butter is absolutely insane. I absolutely think these things do what M&M do, but better. And they go above the peanut M&Ms. They go above the peanut M&Ms. Something about the peanut butter has a better flavor and texture than the nut inside of the M&Ms. And it's still the Reese's formula. They have the better chocolate than M&M's has for some reason. The peanut butter inside is better than that peanut that the M&M's offers. Now, I'm not saying it's by a lot. It's not a lot. The nut that the M&M's gives you in your mouth is a little less than what the peanut butter that Reese's gives you in your mouth is. It's not by a country mile difference. It's just like, a couple feet head start difference. But we need to respect the Reese's M&M's or the Reese's Pieces. I thank you, Reese's, because you're just a fucking goat in the game. And I appreciate all you've done for us. This is a newer edition. I have ate these a good bit recently to try to get my head wrapped around what my thoughts are about this. I think I've had like 8 of these now. It's a single serving giant Reese's cup, and they put like caramel, like a thick fucking thing of caramel in there. And sometimes, I always preach about sometimes things are missing something to make it that next step up. Reese's caramel cup added a fuck ton of caramel inside of it. I've never had Reese's fast breaks, so I have no opinion on it, which I know a lot of people like. I'm just going off of what I've had in my life. But this is the tale that when you add something to something that's already perfect and amazing, it becomes worse. I think this is bottom of B. I've bought them multiple times because I've been trying to formulate an opinion on them. So it's everything you want from a Reese's, but they put, and it's not even like a hint of caramel to where it's a thin layer. It is a fucking ton of caramel to where you bite it, it fucking oozes all over your face. Like, you'll get caramel all over your fucking face, dude. This shit it's good. I won't be buying it anymore because now that I've formulated my opinion on it after all the tries, I don't want it to where I can just get a giant Reese's cup, like king size. Like, there's no point in me buying this now that I can see that the caramel is just too much for it. It kind of fucks with the formula a little bit. It doesn't... It put too much into it, bro. You got 2 superstars, you add a third one, it fucked the team chemistry up. Now you're not making it to the finals, you get kicked out of playoffs, and you are fighting in the locker room. That's what this caramel did to this Reese's cup. I don't have any more things to say about it, except for the caramel this time ruined it. On to another decisive one. Alma Joys. People, for some reason, don't like coconut. And I don't think they like coconut in their chocolate. In my opinion, Alma Joys are the top of B. I like Almond Joys a lot. There was a time where I really, really loved Almond Joys. But after a while, Almond Joys are what they are. They have one singular almond in it and a lot of coconut with chocolate. And the coconut is, since it's a candy, it's not a great coconut flavor addition, but it does do some work for the chocolate. And you only get one bite without almond unless you bite the almond in half and you're a sociopath, which I don't support. So once you get to that part that's just the almond and the chocolate, it's like pretty fucking forgettable. The almond carries a lot of weight for this candy bar. It carries a lot of weight. They're a pleasant candy to where I think it actually is a unique thing that is good. If it's free, I'll buy it. I actually enjoyed them when I went trick-or-treating, and they gave you the small one to where you can actually get all of one almond in one bite. But the bar itself is it's pretty, honestly, if it wasn't for it being a meme, it's pretty forgettable. Which brings us to its cousin, the Mounds bar, which is just dark chocolate with the coconut added, and no nut at all to go in your mouth. No peanuts, no fucking almonds, no cashews. I want the nut. I want that nut on my bar. And this shit belongs in D tier. This shit took what Almond Joy did that was halfway successful and fucked it. It ruined it. It's below M&M's, which is saying a lot. Because now you give me this fucking coconut dark chocolate with no nut in my mouth, additive candy bar, and it does nothing that helps it. The dark chocolate doesn't taste like good dark chocolate. The coconut is very whatever, and there's no nut. And I want the nut. It's bottom of D tier. It's where it belongs. If it's free, I don't even fucking want it. You can keep that shit in your dirty dick beater hands. Leave it there, and that's all I'll say. On to the cold brew, caramel cold brew M&Ms. These things are pretty good. The caramel is a lot inside, but the coffee coating to it actually helps it a good bit. These things are pretty honestly good. Like, I'm not going to say they're great because they're not great, but they are not bad. I bought these a couple of times when they first came out to give them a try. I thought they were pretty good. I went back in for another taste, and that's all I stuck with, is that they're pretty good, and that's it. They're a good coffee candy with caramel, which is not something you really get in the candy game. So we're going to put it right here. I would prefer Kit Kat over it, but it's better than the Reese's Caramel Cup. If you like coffee and caramel, these things are fantastic for you. To me, the caramel was a little overbearing. The coffee flavor was a great accent to it. It's more caramel than coffee, which is expected from candy, honestly. And I think that was what kind of did it. Like, if it was more coffee flavoring with caramel added, it'd probably be higher on the list. I think coffee flavor goes a long way. And it's a middle of the pack player. It doesn't wow you. It's just unique flavoring with the coffee additive, but the caramel overtakes it a little bit too much. On to Nerds. The original Nerds. Nerds are just pure sugar rocks. You just chew on them and all it is pure sugar. I could care less about Nerds, man. I feel like Nerds are better on stuff. Nerds don't do anything for me, dude. There's nothing Nerds really does. If they're like, give me a small box of free Nerds, then sure. But if you give me 2 small boxes of free Nerds, I'm not eating 2. I'm only eating the 1. It's the bottom of C. It doesn't do shit. It's literally just sugar. There's no real flavor to nerds. Like, they're just hard rocks of sugar. Like, sure, if you like hard candy that when you bite into it, it just deposits fucking cavities into your mouth, sure. But other than that, fuck them. Who cares? Who cares? We'll go to, and I put this on the list just because I seen it and it gave me a memory, and I just want to talk about this memory. I got now and laters. Now, if anybody knows about now-laters, they are starbursts that have concrete in the middle of them. So, when I was a kid, I got a now-later. I never heard this shit in my life. Never once. I thought I had I thought it was a starburst because it's packaged the exact same way. If you don't read it and you're just rushing eating, I literally picked out an hour later, put it in my mouth thinking it was a starburst because it also has the same texture. I bit into that shit and chipped a fucking tooth. And I was like, oh, I got a stale starburst. And my tooth got fucking chipped on this dog shit candy. Who the fuck wants to get a starburst that you have to eat for fucking a 9-to-5 job? Towards the end of this job, you get a candy. This shit is fucking dog ass. And it doesn't even have the fucking flavor profile of a starburst. This shit chipped my tooth trying to be a starburst, but I didn't know how to do it. I think this is the most pathetic excuse of a candy that was surpassed so hard by something else that it is. I'd rather have a Mounds because at least I know my teeth are safe and I can finish the Mounds within 1 minute. And I don't have to fucking eat a candy that I have to wait a full fucking 8-hour shift at work to finish. This shit don't even have a good flavor to it. Once you put it in your mouth and like that top coating goes away, you got rubber concrete mix in your mouth. And you just gotta sit there and just fucking wait. You just gotta wait. This shit fucking blows cock. And I don't care. I've never seen one person buy these. I've only seen these in trick-or-treating sample packs. This shit sucks. No one buys this. The fact that they're still in the market, which I actually haven't seen them in a while. Hopefully they're gone for fucking ever. It blows my mind who thought this was a good idea. On to the next one. I don't want to do this. Now, Starburst, on the other hand, the better version of these fucking things, the things that you can actually eat and enjoy, come in a multitude of different fucking flavors, is actually way superior. The Starburst juiciness with the softness of the candy is phenomenal. The variety of flavors that Starburst offers, phenomenal. I know a lot of people like the pink ones. Luckily, we're talking about Starburst as a whole because my favorite one's the yellow ones. I love the yellow Starbursts. We put these things in the top of A. I put them above Cowtails because, actually, no. They're at the bottom of S. They're at the bottom of S. And the reason I put them at the bottom of S is because the soft candy that is Starburst is great. And what pushes them over the edge is literally the variety of flavors you fucking get. You can just put a Starburst in your mouth, chew on it, has a nice soft, it's like a soft but doesn't give texture to it. But dude, you can get fucking pineapple flavors, lemon flavors, cherry flavors, strawberry flavors. You can get fucking probably crab rangoon flavors. Who knows? Starburst can do anything. I absolutely love Starburst. I think they're phenomenal. And for sure should be respected into this game. They're juicy. Somehow, they're juicy, soft, with a little give to them. And the flavor stays for a long time. I love Starburst. They should be a respected member of this community. They're absolutely insane. They're at the bottom of S, though. They are at the bottom of S. But guess what? They're still in S. Give it a clap. Give it a clap for the Starburst. On to another soft candy. Laffy Taffy. So, Laffy Taffy is... It's comparable to Starburst, but in my opinion, Laffy Taffy has this very plastic / chemical taste. Because we're not... When we talk about Laffy Taffy, we're talking about the candy version of it, so the cheap. We're not talking about taffy that could be like saltwater taffy you can get for more expensive from an actual store. This is just Laffy Taffy. I think it misses on all aspects and is fully surpassed by what Starburst is. I think this is another one of those like right here category to where you put it into a trick-or-treater's bag and they're like, oh, cool, I got Laffy Taffy. But if you go to a store with your kid and you're like, all right, you can buy any candy, and you're like, actually, you're getting Laffy Taffy, they'll probably be sad. No one really cares about Laffy Taffy. I think it has a wide variety of flavors, but every flavor ends up just tasting like a plasticky, chemically version of what Starburst is. It's like Starburst at home. It's not the best. It's not going to do you anything special. It's okay. It's okay. At best, it's okay. On to Skittles Originals. Skittles Originals is like the first kind of like fruit candy flavored things. And I say originals, we're going to talk about all Skittles that aren't sour Skittles version of like the hard Skittles. And if we're doing that, all Skittles encompassed, so like the tropical ones, the smoothie ones, and all of Skittles combined, these things are an easy A-tier candy. Skittles Smoothie Edition, absolutely cracked. Skittles Berries, absolutely cracked. Skittles Originals, amazing for what they are. I actually really, really enjoy Skittles. And every time there's a new Skittles that comes out, I'm trying those fucking Skittles. We all are. If they're like, oh, here's Skittles fucking Mediterranean, Middle East, Bosniak fucking fruit punch edition, we're all gonna fucking get it, dude. I absolutely love Skittles. I think it's self-explanatory for what they do. They're amazing. Even though they're totally different players, they're the better version of what M&Ms are. In terms of they give you fruit with that same like hard shell, and I think they're absolutely phenomenal for the variety they offer. If it was just Skittles Originals, it'd probably be top of B tier. But if we're talking about Skittles as a whole, then it's definitely top of A tier. And that's where I'm going to keep them. And that's where we will respect them and we'll accept them at where they're at in their throne. Sour Skittles. I remember when these came out when I was younger. I love sour candy, dude. I love sour candy. And I actually I liked Skittles growing up as well. I was like, oh shit, dude. Fucking sour Skittles coming out in the game, bro. I gotta get these things. And when I ate them, I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of disappointed. Sour Skittles have this weird texture that when you put them in your mouth, they kind of scrape your tongue a little bit. And it has a weird fucking like feel in your mouth. It's hard to explain unless you've had them. But the feel in your mouth when eating sour Skittles is very weird and kind of uncomfortable. The flavor doesn't do anything special. I think they're good to decent. I think sour Skittles is like bottom of C. Or top of C, sorry. Sour Skittles is like top of C. And it's because it tries to do two things that it's not good of doing. If I want Skittles flavored things, I'm going to buy Skittles Originals or Skittles Variety. If I want sour, I'm going to get a sour candy. I think sour Skittles is doing too much and it's hurting itself in this game. it's trying to play third base when really it's a fucking DH. Like, dude, just stay at batting. That's what you're good at. Don't go into the field knowing you're a liability. Okay? Just stay in your lane. Don't do it. That being said, I would eat a free pack of sour Skittles. I would just hate my life afterwards because everything would hurt. On to the better sour candy. We'll go to Sour Patch Kids. And this also will encompass all of Sour Patch Kids. So like the Sour Patch Kids Now, the originals, the blue raspberry, the watermelon, the fucking lemonade ones, the peach ones. Sour Patch Kids are very, very, very good. The variety they offer, also very, very, very good. A lot of people love these things. I, on the other hand, think that they're D tier at best. Just kidding. They're fucking probably the best gummy candy that there is. Had a little rage bait in there. They're above Swedish Fish. The variety of Sour Patch Kids is insane. My favorite actually is the watermelon ones, especially if I go to the movie theaters. I always get a Pepsi or a cherry slushie, and I get a pack of the watermelon Sour Patch Kids. It is my go-to for every movie I go and see. It makes it so enjoyable. Absolutely cracked candy. It is honestly what I think a lot of people think is the goated. And I don't know. There's not everybody knows the game that Sour Patch Kids offer, bro. This thing's like the fucking Kobe Bryant of the candy league. To where everybody knows it, everybody respects it, everybody wants that Sour Patch Kid mentality. But we all know it's not the GOAT, but it's fucking close. It is a arguably top 5 player in the whole game. Sour Patch Kids, insane, phenomenal. Can't say enough. Clap it up, Sour Patch Kids. Arguably the best sour candy to ever exist. This shouldn't be on the list. I saved 2 images on accident. I meant to just go with the sour gummy worms. So ignore these. Sour gummy worms, again, encompasses all brands. I just like the trolley ones the most. Sour gummy worms were before Sour Patch Kids existed, before Airheads existed. Sour gummy worms were my go-to sour candy. If I went to the movie theater, sour gummy worms were my fucking main pick. Sour gummy worms with a Pepsi or a Coke, whatever the theater offers at the time. It's always that with sour gummy worms. These things are above peach rings. They offer you a lot. They got the berries. But the thing is, it gets outshined now by Sour Patch Kids. It gets outshined now by Airheads Extreme. Therefore, it's not into that S category because it's outshined by 2 fucking players in the game. I can't put it up higher, but it needs to be respected as the original sour candy that everybody went to. And we all appreciate it, but everything I said for Sour Patch Kids and Airheads can contribute to the gummy worms. It's just not as good now. On to the next. We got jelly beans. The original fucking fruit candy. The original. Jelly beans are good for what they were at the time. The average jelly bean is basically just wax with fucking some weird flavoring in the middle. Has a weird start taste. Kind of a weird aftertaste. It's alright. I really didn't even want to fucking rate this thing because who cares? But it's going at the bottom of C. I would never buy jelly beans. And honestly, if they're given to me for free, sure, I'll eat a jelly bean. But I'm never in my life buying jelly beans. I don't think anybody really buys jelly beans unless you're doing that Bean Boozled game. That's the only time you actually buy jelly beans. I think they're bottom of C, and I think that's where they're going to stay for the rest of their life. On to the next one, because I don't want to talk about it anymore. We'll go to the Milky Way. The Milky Way is, as we all know, just a Three Musketeer with caramel added on top. And in my opinion, which is always the true opinion, the one that's undeniable, I think Milky Way, at best, is the top of B. If this thing won't move, the top of B tier. I feel like it doesn't do much to wow you. Like, the nougat isn't the best, and the caramel's pretty decent. Like, there's just something about that's missing it. It's like it's missing a soul. The soul's missing inside of this candy bar. You eat it and you're like not really happy with yourself afterwards. You're like, I just ate something that resembled a chocolate bar. That being said, it's not bad. Like, I'll eat it, dude. I'll eat it. It has a very unique nougat filling. And the reason it's B is because I think if I want that unique filling or that unique nougat filling to a chocolate bar, I would much rather have a Three Musketeer, which is above Milky Way, but actually, yeah. I'm going to put it A tier. Bottom of A, knocking on B's door. The thing with the Three Musketeer is so unique that the nougat inside is so fluffy and airy. The chocolate's pretty decent outside. I think that Three Musketeers without the caramel is way better than the Milky Way. I think that nougat is the shining point of this bar. The caramel doesn't need to outshine it. It deserves to be higher than a Milky Way, because if I want caramel and chocolate, I'm going anywhere else other than a Milky Way. But that nougat's kind of a one-of-a-kind thing for this chocolate bar. And I think that separates it to where you can buy a Three Musketeer if you want some nougat, and it's going to deliver on all aspects. It deserves to be the bottom of A because I don't think the flavor is enough to catapult it higher. But I think it does do better than the rest of the B tier categories. On to Twix. Now, Twix is another unique player in the game. This is all Twix categories, by the way. So the peanut butter, the cookies and cream, the whatever. But to me, the original Twix is the best version. Twix is one of my favorite base chocolate candies. I think Twix does caramel better than Snickers. It does caramel better than Milky Way. It has that cookie crunch in the middle to where that crunch is better than the wafers that Kit Kat offers. I think Twix is fantastic. I think it's the top of A. I don't think Twix does enough for me to want to put it in S. I don't want to put it in S, but I do want to give it the respect it deserves. I always start with the left Twix because left-handed people are better. So I always go left first because it deserves the shine. And I think that slogan marketing was actually kind of genius, in all honesty, because it made people fucking choose a side to a candy bar that comes 2 in a pack. Absolutely fantastic. Twix is cookie middle, very good, very unique to the game. I think Twix is great. So we'll leave Twix in A, and we'll respect it, and we'll love it. On to a Heath bar. Heath bar is the rare instance to where I think the flavoring of Heath bars, like the flavor itself, is an S tier flavor, but the bar itself fucking is the worst thing in the world to eat. You will have toffee in your teeth for fucking 2 years after you eat this bar. You have to fucking break it apart bit by bit, crunch it in your mouth, just for the Heath flavor. The Heath flavor, insane. Absolutely insane. Eating a Heath, the worst candy to eat on here other than fucking Now Laters. This shit is a chore. It is destructive to your mouth. It will stick in your teeth for generations to come. Shit, it might be inherited by your fucking son after you pass away, or your daughter. That heat just jumps out of your mouth and goes into theirs. That shit stays forever. And for that, I have to put it in C tier. If it wasn't for how great the flavor of Heath is, then it would be at the very, very bottom. But that flavor sometimes is worth the fucking chore of eating it, but not always. This is one of those ones where if it's free, I'll consider eating it. I probably will because I love the flavor, but I will consider eating it because I know the aftermath and the repercussions of eating this fucking candy bar. Alright, on to Butterfingers. Butterfingers, I have ate and given many chances in my life. Many chances, because I've always wanted to like Butterfingers. This candy bar fucking sucks. It sucks. There's nothing good about it. I hate the texture of this fucking candy bar. I hate the chocolate with the... I don't even know what the fuck it's filled with. It's filled with dog shit. It's filled with dried out, aired out dog shit. I don't understand the love of Butterfingers. And my dad would buy them here and there. I would eat them as a kid to try. And every time I took one bite, I'm like, ugh. The shit sucks. I've had one 2 years ago because I'm like, maybe I was being hard on it as a kid. Ate it again. Ugh. Fucking dog shit, dude. If this thing's free, I'm still not fucking eating it. It's going to the top of D because at least it tries to do something more than these other things do. I hate Butterfingers. I don't like it at all. The texture inside it alone sucks ass. There's no real flavor profile to this fucking thing. And if I want a chocolate with peanut butter, why am I not getting a Reese's? Reese's is significantly better than Butterfingers in every single aspect of the way. If I want a crunch to my candy bar, why am I not buying a fucking Twix? It does something that is outshined by multiple facets by other candies. It deserves to be at the bottom. I don't understand Butterfinger defenders. Butterfingers sucks big donkey dick, and we all know it. On to the Hershey's Cookies and Cream. Now, this candy here, I remember when it came out, I thought this was going to be Oreos in a way, like an Oreos Hershey's edition. I was excited, dude. I was excited. I found out this is neither. This is not Oreos at all. This is actually just white chocolate with some weird fucking Hershey's splattered in between it. I would try this multiple times because I knew a lot of people that liked it, and I would buy it, and I'd get a piece. I hate these things. Hate. This is another one of those things that even if it's free, I'm not eating it because I despise it. But to be fair to the people, I hate white chocolate. I hate white chocolate. This thing is a fucking above Butterfingers, but if it's free, I'm not eating it, and that makes it an automatic D. I hate it. I hate everything about it. There's nothing redeeming to me about this fucking candy bar. White chocolate sucks, period. There's no nut in my mouth that I want from this bar. Terrible. The chocolate, whatever. It's kind of overshined by how strong the fucking white chocolate is in this shit. It just is white chocolate with more Hershey's regular chocolate added into it. And it doesn't complement that well. The white chocolate overtakes it. Not that good. Sorry to tell you. Up next, Werther's. Werther's is the original butterscotch candy. And to me, Werther's is the slept on, underrated goats. It's super slept on. This shit is, and a lot of people ain't gonna like this. This shit is fucking S tier, baby. You got Werther's, you got the Werther's Chewies, and you got the Werther's Coffee. You got the Werther's Green Apple. If y'all have never had the Werther's Green Apple, you are fucking missing out, brother. This shit is a game changer, man. I think Werther's is by far one of the best flavors in the world, dude. And I could honestly argue it being a GOAT. And this is like the one hard candy that is far superior. Like, everybody else has a contender in the game. There's nothing fucking touching Werther's in the hard candy game. Nothing's touching Werther's, dude. It even does soft candy good, dude. The Werther's Softs, oh my god. I used to go to church with my grandma, and she would have a roll of these motherfuckers in her purse, and she would be feeding them things to me, bro. Like, I'd be eating them things up. She would, like, dump them like you feed your goldfish when you were a kid, and there'd just be a thing, and I'd be over there going... I'd be eating them motherfucking Werther's up in church, son. I think Werther's is the best fucking butterscotch candy ever. The best hard candy ever. If you haven't had the Werther's covered green apple, it's the best. It's like candied apple, but Werther's editions. Insane. Fucking insane. It'll make your fucking dick fall off, dude. If you want a whole fucking sex change, eat a Werther's candied apple, and your whole fucking dick will fall off, brother. That thing is unparalleled in the game. Highly recommend that shit. Alright. So, as you know, we only have 3 candies left. 3 candies. This one was a misclick. Don't worry about it. So, as you know, we always leave we always leave 3. But one's going to be the bottom, one's going to be the top. And we always leave the bottom for last. So we have to get rid of the one that's not either the bottom or the top. And this one's a heartbreaker to me. Because this is my favorite candy bar of all time, Babe Ruth. Babe Ruth is my favorite candy bar ever in terms of chocolate bars. This is the most slept on candy bar ever to be clawed in the game. Who the fuck cares about Snickers when Babe Ruth does it way better, dude? That nougat in the middle, insane. The peanuts on top, absolutely insane, bro. The chocolate, better than Snickers chocolate. This shit, it goes right here. Now, I put Reese's above it, because I do think Reese's is not a chocolate bar, is a chocolate cup. But Babe Ruth is the best hidden gem in all of chocolate history. Chocolate bar history. This shit is fucking fantastic. If you like Snickers and you haven't had a Baby Ruth, get a Baby Ruth. It's the better version of Snickers. If you like any chocolate with peanut butter and nougat, this is the gold standard. The GOAT. The best. You go to a fucking baseball game as a kid, and you get a fucking hot dog, you get a Baby Ruth, and you get a fucking Coke or Pepsi. Best game of your life. Best game ever. I'll move this down, because I do think Sour Patch Kids are better than Baby Ruth, because I like gummies more. But it is absolutely fantastic. So now we have 2 things left. And we're going to start off with the GOAT. So, Nerds Gummy Clusters, in my opinion, when they came out, shook the fucking world. Shook the world. These things had me in a fucking chokehold. Dude, when these things came out, I was at a gas station like 4 minutes from my house. I went there every other day to buy a whole ass bag of these shits. I would eat the fuck out of some Nerds Gummy Clusters. Bro, when Nerds Ropes came out, they were a game changer. But the problem with Nerds Rope was the rope was too small. It was like too thin. These things perfected it. That middle to these gummy clusters alone, absolutely insane. And the Nerds give it that little like crunch on the outside, crack, dude. There's different flavors of these. They have the berries and the original. It don't matter, dude. You buy these things, unparalleled, goated candy. I could eat a 2-pound bag of this shit in 2 days. This shit is the best candy ever created. This shit is unparalleled. The fact whoever thought of this deserves everything. He deserves endless bitches on his fucking payroll. It is the best. And the reason nerds are in C but these aren't is because that rope cluster is the game changer. If this thing could not have the nerds on it, I would just eat the fucking gummy center of it. It is absolutely fucking cracked what this thing did for the candy community. And if you know, you fucking know. These things are by far unparalleled, best thing in all of candy. Now, we're going to the bottom list. AAJ stands for absolute ass juice. And we all know the Atomic Fireball is the worst candy ever fucking made. Ever. This has that stupid ass artificial cinnamon that no one fucking likes. It's a hard candy which is already to fucking sell to young kids in general. And the heat on it isn't that hot. There's no heat to it. This shit is just, it's in your mouth, you're sucking on it, and then you get nothing but dog shit artificial cinnamon flavor. No fucking heat like it's promising you. It's a hard candy, so you just gotta sit there with a fucking chore in your mouth until it's ready to be swallowed. And there's no benefactors to this thing. There's no redeeming qualities to this thing. This shit is dog ass. This shit is literally hard shit from a butt that they fucking put cinnamon coating on top of and said it's candy. This shit fucking reeks of awfulness, and the fact that they were served in stores to kids should be a crime against humanity. This is absolute fucking nothingness. This is awful, and it pisses me off that this shit was a product in the first place, and then to top it all off, they decided to get into the liquor game and make it a cheap fucking liquor, and all of us fucking hated it, but we all drank it because it was cheap as fuck, and for some reason, everybody fucking had it, because I swear they couldn't sell this really to anybody. They just handed it out to fucking minors, and let's all get drunk on the back porch of our friend's house. We all have a Fireball story, and it all involves us hating our life because we were drinking Fireball, and we all got fucking shit-faced, and most of us threw up and had to retaste the dog shit Fireball flavor of the alcohol. But back to the candy, it is by far the worst thing created by human mankind history and in a candy form, and it is absolute ass juice to the max. This is the definitive tier list. This is exactly how it is in the world. We all agree on this thing. Everybody understands it. Thank you for your time. That was the tier list.